NASCAR is about to make a mistake yet again in the Chicago market. After a successful return to Chicagoland, NASCAR is reportedly looking to return to the Chicago road course, or the street course, if you will, in 2027. There's going to be three things we're going to be paying off in today's video. Number one, why the street race return just hit a wall and hit that damn thing head on. Number two, why the Chicagoland Oval is a smarter play for the racing product, fans, and money. And number three, why a roadblock might be the best thing that could happen. Now, let's look into this. The Chicago street course ran a 3-year cycle. It was a 3-year deal, and it concluded in 2025 and was off of the 2026 schedule. Instead, NASCAR went to Chicagoland. They brought new life into this track, and now NASCAR wants the street course back for 2027. Now, there is a little bit of an issue going on. It's been reported that while NASCAR wants the street course to return, there is stalled talks because of a fight over a size of who helps cover the cost. Is it going to be all NASCAR? Is Chicago going to step in? That's a situation because the street road course is very, very expensive to produce, to put on compared to Chicagoland, because you have to build an infrastructure and you have to build walls and you have to do this and you have to do that. And then you also have to pay, I'm sure, licenses and paying the city and all of these other different things, your porta potties and just everything like that. Now, you have to keep in mind that a downtown street course is one of the most expensive events that NASCAR puts on. They've reportedly lost money every single year that they did this because you have to build a temporary circuit in a major city. Road closures, barricades, grandstands, infrastructures, and of course the porta potties, because we all got to pee. And you know, if you've been to a NASCAR race, there's a lot of beer being consumed and people need to pee. Now, Chicagoland Speedway is a permanent facility that NASCAR already owns, so there is no downtown build, no tearing up Grant Park, no negotiating with the city over street closures, and crucially, no begging the damn state for a subsidy. Now, you have to look at the return plan that is being stalled because you need public money to make this budget work. That's the flashing warning light. The Oval doesn't come with that problem, okay? And the fact is that NASCAR fans love Chicagoland. And that's my next point. People love Chicagoland. In fact, this year's race was widely viewed as a success. Yes, it had a slow ticket start. There was a late rush, though, and the track produced strong racing, even if it was a handful of drivers in contention. Ultimately, Chase Briscoe got it done for Joe Gibbs Racing. Now, an oval like Chicagoland offers multiple groups and real side-by-side racing. A tight, temporary street course for all of its spectacles, for all of its views. It tends towards a single-file track position racing where passing is hard. Now, as a pure racing product, the Oval gives you a much better shot at the kind of green flag action that fans actually want. That is the point. You are supposed to, if you are NASCAR, give the fans what they want because they are the consumers. They are the ones that buy tickets to your races and buy merchandise and tune into your races on a weekly basis. That is something to be notable of. The idea that the street course is a better on-track product in the Oval is just simply not the case. It's actually a pretty landslided, one-sided, if you will, type of argument. Now, a lot of drivers, they found the street course a logistical grind, and weather caused hurt more than just one time. Many traditional fans prefer watching real oval racing return to the Chicago market. This is not just your 80-year-old grandpa. This includes me, a 30-year-old. Now, the street course genuinely did pull in new, younger, urban fans and casual eyeballs who had never watched a NASCAR race. That has real value that the oval cannot replace. However, there is a problem with that argument, which is, yes, does it bring in new, younger fans who attend the street course because it's a spectacle and you can watch a race and then walk down a block and get a hot dog or go shopping mid-race? Absolutely. But does that same fan, does that same group of an audience come back the next week and watch NASCAR? Did they buy tickets to Chicagoland? Probably not. Now, you also have a case in point where I've seen this, and I think it's not a valid argument whatsoever, which is you can have both. You can have the street course and you have Chicagoland. You can run it like a Daytona or a Bristol or an Atlanta or a Martinsville or a Talladega or any track in which has two dates. You would be able to not divide the argument or not divide the fan base and, well, I want a street course. No, I want an oval. You could have both. In fact, that's not possible because let's be real. NASCAR does not have a strong enough demand in Chicago in order to do two dates, right? I just don't see that happening. And at a time where you have NASCAR pivoting away from street courses and pivoting away from road courses, I understand they introduced the San Diego road course earlier this year, but they had 4 road courses on the schedule this year, and they were really in the first 10 races, first 12 races, the front loading of the schedule, that was done on purpose because NASCAR understands, okay, our bread and butter with this current car, which no one likes, is ovals. It's mile and a halves, right? That is their bread and butter. It is not like the old gen where, your road courses produce the best type of racing. That was one of the reasons why NASCAR pivoted to road courses so much, because it was a better product. Well, we are no longer in that type of situation. And therefore, I think it would fit better today's NASCAR if you actually went to an oval instead of a road course. Now, you look at the Chicago street course, I will give it credit where credit is due. It was a bold, buzzy, first of its kind event. It put NASCAR in the middle of a major city, generated national mainstream coverage, produced instant history with his SVG debut win in 2023. And it reached exactly the new audience the sport desperately needs to grow. The only problem is that fan base has not come back. Yes, we've seen an uptick in ratings, and I'm glad that that has happened, but I don't think it's completely because NASCAR decided to spend a bunch of money at Chicago and put a damn road course down Main Street. I just don't buy that argument. So my opinion is you don't go back to the street course. You go back to the oval. You go back to history. You go back to tradition. You go back to what the fans want. You go back to what the drivers majority wants, right? The majority of drivers want that. And that's what you do. Let me know in the comments there below. What do you guys think? And I will see you all in the next video.